Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So this is the end of Surah al-Qasas, and the end of this surah is part of the story of Musa alayhi salam. Now there are three personalities that key in this story, apart from Musa alayhi salam, obviously. The first personality is Fir'aun, the second personality is Haman, and the third one is Qarun. Now, some thinkers, they say, well, Fir'aun is a symbol for political and power corruption, and Qarun is a symbol for economical corruption. That can be. And Haman is an example of those who work for both, yeah, or those who participate in the political corruption. Now, Haman, we will mention the story of Haman inshallah, or a little bit about the story of Haman in the next surah, Surah al-Ankabut. But Haman, he was one of the ministers of Fir'aun. And Qarun, his story is mentioned in this chapter, in this part, although his name was mentioned a few times in the Quran. But his story was mentioned only in this surah. Now Qarun, Allah Jalla wa Ala said, Inna Qaruna kana min qawmi Musa. And this is a bit strange. Qarun, some scholars said that he was the cousin of Musa. And some other scholars said that he was the uncle of Musa. Anyway, so he was from Bani Israel, a relative of Musa, from his tribe. However, he showed arrogance towards his very own people. And according to some historians, he was employed by Fir'aun as a minister to look after Bani Israel. Yeah, he was in charge of them. And then Allah Jalla wa Ala mentioned that he has given him a lot of wealth. Yes, they said that he was the most wealthy person. Allah Jalla wa Ala described his wealth. ما إن مفاتحه لتنوء بالعصبة أولي القوة. The keys for the treasures of Haman, yeah, used to be carried by many strong people because of the amount of those keys, okay, which shows how much wealth he used to have. Now, what else he showed? He showed arrogance in front of his people. Now, this is, subhanallah, something that happens all the time. The tyrants, if they want to subjugate certain people, they don't find better than what? A person from the people themselves to subjugate them, because this person knows how to deal with his people. Okay, this happens all the time. Yani, for example, certain governments, if they want really to deal with Muslims, they don't find what? A better person than a person who called himself as a Muslim, yeah, to deal with the Muslim community, because he knows how they think, he knows how their culture, etc., etc. And moreover, because if subjugation comes from him, the tyrants will say, well, it's not from us, it is this person who is a Muslim. Yeah, this is, subhanallah, this happened at the time of Fir'aun. Fir'aun used this tactic, and this tactic is followed now by so many countries, okay, and so many governments and so many tyrants. And this is exactly what Qarun, okay, did. So he started to show arrogance towards his people, in particular his people. Now, of course, what about his situation in front of Fir'aun? Was he showing arrogance in front of Fir'aun? No. But they show arrogance in front of what? In front of the weak people. And this shows that they have a psychological mental problem, because the dignified person will not show arrogance in front of what? In front of weak people. If you are a man, really a man, you should show your power in front of what? A powerful person or a powerful state, not in front of what? Weak people. Yeah? Okay, that's why Musa alayhi salam was so angry at him. Allah Jalla ala was so angry at him, and it was mentioned in Tafsir ibn Kathir and others that Allah Jalla ala said to the earth, to the land, now listen to what Musa wants from you. In some books of tafsir, Musa asked Allah Jalla ala, oh Allah, give me control of the land for one day because of this person. Then Musa made dua, and what happened is Musa made dua against Qarun that the land will what? Split and swallow him. Okay, this is khasf. فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ. And no one can help him, of course. And this is the subhanallah, the end of arrogance. Okay, so this is the last part of the story. There is another important lesson from this to be taken. See, the worst thing, my dear brothers and sisters, is arrogance. Now see, the mother of all sins and all shirk and all kufr, yeah, there are two parents, arrogance, and the other parent is what? Desires. Yeah, all kufr go back to either arrogance and or desires. Same thing, all sins go back to arrogance or what? Or desires. And when they marry, then it becomes a real disaster. And normally they marry when the person is so wealthy, yeah, in particular. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ used to warn us against dunya to penetrate our hearts. Okay, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ittaqud dunya." Yeah, ittaqud dunya. Be careful of the dunya, because if it penetrates your heart, then it might give you arrogance and it might give you what? Desires as well. Okay, and this what happened to Qarun. And subhanallah, in the Quran we see Allah Jalla ala says, سأصرف عن آياتي الذين what? يتكبرون في الأرض بغير الحق. By the end of this surah, Allah Jalla ala says, تلك الدار الآخرة نجعلها للذين لا يريدون علوا في الأرض ولا فسادا والعاقبة للمتقين. Yes, we will give the outcome, the good outcome, whether in this dunya or in the akhirah, for those who used to humble themselves and not to show arrogance. It is a very evil attitude, okay? And we need to get rid of that and learn from this surah. Of course, as we always say, there are many other benefits to be taken from the surah. There are some powerful ayat, but inshallah, this will be enough, inshallah, and maybe tomorrow we will go through the beginning of Surah Al-Ankabut, inshallah. Jazakum Allah khair.